Hi, welcome back to the Truffle Show, where we talk all things truffle and all the foods that you can pair with them. I think, it's super easy to get caught up in the risottos and the pastas, and there's just so many more things that we can do with truffles. I have this beautiful summer truffle here today. So we never run out of truffles. And look at the marbling on that. It's so gorgeous. We have winter truffles in the winter, summer truffles in the summer, and we have Australian winter truffles in the summer. It's amazing. So we're always, always, always thinking of fun things to do with them because let's celebrate and let's think outside the box. So today is Tomato Girl Summer. You've probably seen this on TikTok. It's one of the latest hot girl summer trends, and I'm all about it. You might think that it has everything to do with wearing tomato colors with warm neutrals, but that's not it. That's not, no, that's not all of it. In my world, Tomato Girl Summer is celebrating the tomato at its peak ripeness and eating it and enjoying it in everything we possibly can. And if you're a gardener, at this point, you've probably put some blood, sweat, and tears into your garden, and they're probably starting to ripen. And this is what we've been waiting for. If you're in the Northeast, it's about this time. If you're me, I bought my plants a little late in the season, so I have like one or two cherry tomatoes. We'll see how that does. But until then, we have the farmer's market. And that's a perfectly amazing. That's actually probably better to go find tomatoes at the farmer's market. But I will say, I brought the herbs. Oh my gosh. Between herbs, truffles, and tomatoes in here, it smells so good. I brought rosemary from my garden, oregano, basil from my porch plant. Um, I'm lucky. My backyard gets a lot of sun. It's really hot and dry. I think like the plants think they're in the Mediterranean. So the oregano and the rosemary have come back every year bigger than ever. And it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I'm like, for a minute, I'm like, let me just pretend I'm in the Mediterranean, and why not? So first things first, we're going to talk tomato water because that is what's in this tomato water martini. And this is super cool. So you might think tomato water is tomatoes like in water, but no, it's actually from the tomato itself. It's like the true juice. It's not like what we think about tomato juice, which is like watered down puree. You puree fresh tomatoes. You put them over cheesecloth and you just let it sit. We don't need to press it. We're not trying to get any solids in there. We just let it sit. And, after like a day, if you're patient enough, you get this amazing, light, refreshing tomato water. And I think it's perfect for making a drink with. In this case, I muddled up basil with vodka and then added tomato water to that and truffleized it by adding black truffle salt. I don't know if you can see the truffle salt in there, but I use the black truffle salt because really in tomato world, all you really need is a ripe tomato and salt. That's just perfection. So why not truffleize perfection with black truffle sea salt? I think that this is fantastic. So, so good. So that's my refreshing drink. Pretty gorge. Put a little basil ploosh on there for garnish. Love it. Enjoying that. Now, when we think of Italian cooking, we definitely think about tomatoes. It's the first thing that comes to mind. But in reality, tomatoes are not native to Europe. They are from Central America and South America, and they were brought over by the Spaniards in the 1600s when they came back from visiting, if you will. So, and then they took well to that climate, and we're lucky because now tomato recipes proliferate and we can truffleize them because why not? Again, why not truffleize perfection, right? So, speaking of the Spaniards, the first thing that I made is tomato toast. And this is something that I usually feel like it always makes me think of a tapas restaurant. It's toast with like great you rub the garlic over the bread. with some olive oil. In this case, I did black truffle olive oil. And then the really cool thing about this dish is that I can use the pulp from my tomato water, because once you puree those fresh tomatoes for the water, there's absolutely no reason why you need to throw it out. Why not use the whole tomato, right? So it's, it's actually moderately drier than it normally would be, so it keeps the toast from getting soggy. And I thought that that was like an amazing combo. So I started with the black truffle oil on the toast, and then, of course, finished it off with my truffle sea salt. And because I have this beautiful summer truffle, I just want to truffle everything. I just want to truffle everything. So I'm going to grate this guy up, and it never goes on top. It's hilarious how it never goes on top, but we're just going to organize this and make it beautiful. And this is what you want to see. If you go to a restaurant and they're giving you truffle portions, like, this is, I don't know, maybe this is like a single portion right here, but it's just beautiful. And they're so earthy. And so this is my truffle slicer. Oh my God, I love it. This is the truffle slicer, and it makes it nice and thin. And I prefer it very thin. You can go as thin as you want. But the more surface area that comes off the truffle, the more aroma you're going to get. So definitely we need something that's thin. No knives. In fact, we were watching something today and they made truffle butter, which is great, but put a knife to the truffle, and it was just so sad to see. If I were going to do that, I would grate the truffle up, and then you can take a knife through it. It just seems a little bit more proper um, to do it that way. And okay, this is so pretty. I love it. I love it. I love the contrast to the summer truffles because they have the lighter interior and the dark exterior, and it makes for a really pretty, 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 pretty dish. Delicious. So delicious. I'm gonna take a bite. Mm, it's so good. I'm having a tomato girl summer right now. Totally feeling it. Now, the other thing I made is this is just another really easy thing. I like to make things that are relatively simple because I like to enjoy food. I do like cooking, but it's definitely my profession. But it's all about just enjoying the food. So, mm, it's really good. It's really refreshing. A little salty. I like my drinks a little bit salty. Um, I made these lovely tomato tarts. This is kind of more on the Provence kind of feel. Now you can make this with pie dough, which is what I used in my case, or you can buy puff pastry, or you can use pizza dough, make it more like a flatbread. So it's really simple. You don't have to go nuts and make something from scratch. But I grated some cheese. You could do Parm or you could do cheddar over the dough, and then sliced up the tomatoes, and then salted and oiled and baked at 400 for 15 minutes or so. And then I finished with, because you can see here, I put some rosemary from my garden. This is my haul. This is my claim to gardening fame. I put some rosemary. So why not use the rosemary truffle sea salt? Perfect. It's got its amazing rosemary aroma. It's going to kick that up. It's going to kick that up to top-notch rosemary and tomato. Celebrating it. Again, we've got these herbs. Oh, let's truffle this one too, right? Let's go on all the rides. See this guy? I'll show you again. It's got its marbling in there. It's so pretty. So pretty. And it's so special. So let's see. Oh, you know what? I'll show you also. I think I've got a grater here. Yes. This is the other acceptable way to truffle. Like I was saying, no knives. So we have our shaver and we have our grater. And this, it's just going to make it tinier pieces. So if you need to mix it into something, if you want it to just like go throughout each bite a little bit better, like here is for show. Very showy, very gorgeous, amazing. But if you're really thinking flavor, let's grate this guy over the top. And like you're even getting more surface area over the top. So summer, oh my gosh, summer truffles, summer tomatoes, hot girl summer, tomato girl summer. Go truffle your perfection. Enjoy your tomato girl summer. And definitely remember to truffle.